What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Body Cisco, for episode 2 of the Western Conference Podcast with your boy, Big Body Cisco, and my brother, Westafa. And we got a special guest today, UFC fighter, my brother, Tyson Pedro. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, good, boys. Thanks for having me on. Bro, this is way more professional, I'm telling you.
See, because you do a podcast, right, Tyson?
Yeah, the Half-Cast Podcast. But if I told Ty to line up his belly button, we'd be here all day.
And you do it with Tai Tuivasa. That me and Westafa were watching some episodes before you came in, and we were like, you know what, you guys have a lot of fun over there.
Yeah, no, it is good. Biggest problem is just getting Ty to rock up. So,
because that has to be a whole job in its own thing, right?
100%. So, like, he does nothing for the podcast besides turn up. And now he doesn't even do that since, now I don't know if you know, he's famous. Yeah. So it leaves me on scene.
Oh, see,
that
man.
Shit. Nah,
the scene on scene is the one. Because Wade does that to me sometimes too. I'm like, you know what, Wade? But look, nonetheless, we want to welcome our guest, Tyson Pedro, over here, because you are a fighter out of Australia with Spanish and Samoan heritage, huh? You got to tell us more about that, because me and Wes were talking about that. We were like, which one's Samoan, which one's Spanish? Well,
it's actually Australian, but I don't know where the Spanish came from. I'm pretty sure they went through Tokelau. Yeah. And they got us there, got all the family. Yeah. So that's where the Pedro come from, I'm pretty sure. But I need to look into the history. But my dad, Chase, is originally from Oceanside, California.
Yeah. And he's in the game.
Yeah.
Pops is in the game.
Yeah. He's been, I've been training since I was like 4 years old. Yeah. So he's pretty much been beating me up since then, and now I get a chance to do it back to him. So I've got him on a diet. I've been training. Yeah,
the tables have turned, right?
I've been pumping it. It went from Pedro's son to now Tyson's dad. Yeah, and he didn't really like that.
They never liked that part of it too. But you got a fight coming up. Yeah, you got a fight coming up at the Apex here in Las Vegas
this Sunday.
I mean, but you've been off. You've been off for about almost 2 years, right?
Almost 4 years.
4 years. Okay, so you're looking at last fight, what, 2018?
Yep.
And that was against Rua.
Yep, Shogun Rua.
But you tore your ACL then.
Yeah. I think that a lot of people said that, you were beating him up and then you tore your ACL. If that didn't happen, you would have won. But I don't agree with that. I've been reflecting on it a lot, and it was my fault. I shouldn't have let him get to my back, and then that's when he kicked it out. So extreme ownership, man. Otherwise, you're not going to move forward. So. Not
a lot of people take ownership too, Tyson.
Yeah, for sure.
Because at least you could take, you know what you did wrong and know what you got to do for this fight. Yeah. This fight you got coming up against. So is it Ike or Ike? Because me and Wes were talking. Somebody called him Ike. I was like, is that like a
that's a Polynesian
way to say it?
No.
So Ike Villanueva.
Yeah. Well, you said that better than me as well. I can pronounce it right once.
And this guy, he's a light heavyweight as well.
Yeah.
But he looks a little heavier than you.
Yeah, because he originally came from heavyweight.
Okay. So that's what we were talking about too. Him coming from heavyweight, is that a disadvantage for you? Because you had to drop weight as well.
Yeah, I was pretty much heavyweight as well before this. I was training with Ty in Dubai. I was 110 kilos, whatever that is in pounds. Yeah. And, I've had to drop to 205, but I'm almost on weight. But if he stayed heavier, that's better for me. The heavier guys are a bit slower. Obviously, they hit harder. Yeah. But
But that's a lot of weight for you to lose.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, when you lose that much weight, do you lose some of the power that you see? Yeah, you can say that now, huh? But he hits like a light heavyweight.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see in the fight. But I feel strong still, so everything's going good. I'm still hitting. If I did take off some of the power, I'm faster for sure. Yeah,
but you like going to the ground anyway.
Yeah, I prefer to get punched in the face, but the ground's just it's hard to get away from it because even when I train with guys, it's just it's subconsciously in there now, all the moves and stuff. I know where it's just a feel now. I don't think about it, and that's when you've got it covered, when you don't have to think about it. So that's sometimes the worst thing that can happen in a fight. As soon as you think about something, you're already a second behind, and then you're already getting punched in the face. So.
But that has to be a beauty for you to be able to say, okay, I can bang and I can also go to the ground.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why it's good that I'm just never worried if it goes to the ground, if I end up on my back. Yeah. I'd like to stand up, but it doesn't matter where the fight goes. I'll just get the job done this weekend.
Well, speaking of going to the ground and banging, you're training with
Wait, what? Where's that?
Pause. What? Pause, everybody. When you not Utu bang bang, but when you are fighting standing up, but you're training with Ty and all the bigger boys, they don't go to the ground as much. So how do you kind of make up for that in training?
No, we still So this has been a long camp, man. It's been 14 weeks. and you normally have to do a longer camp if you've been off for so long.
Yeah.
But I did the first part of the camp in Dubai with Ty, and that was just crazy in itself because that was costing me way too much money.
Yeah.
So, but his fight got pushed forward, my fight got pushed back. So I got out of Dubai, and then I went and trained with Alex Volkanovski at their gym. But they're all tiny.
Yeah.
So that's another thing to work around, but they're the best at wall work. So I ended up in Queensland for the last 8 weeks, and Glenn Sparv, who he's trained with Thailand, he actually coached Thai as well in his corner. He's the best at the wall work and wrestling. So the CKB boys actually, Eugene and Carlos got stuck in Australia. So they were able to break down the fight with me and train for it. So I would have been doing the camp at CKB if the COVID restrictions weren't still on in Australia and New Zealand.
With the COVID restrictions, like finally like being lifted up, is it a little bit easier now to see what training camp you want to go to and how long you want to do it for? Yeah,
well, for Australia it is, but like I said, New Zealand was still cut off, so I was supposed to that in itself, like this was my comeback fight. I'd picked CKB to be my camp to go to train out of. Then when they threw that spanner in the works, I was like jumping to Dubai, going to Gold Coast. So I was like, that was a bit of a head doer, but it all worked out in the end, and that's how it usually does.
But the traveling has to take a toll on you. Because I flew to New Zealand and Australia, and it's a long flight.
This one whacked me. This flight, the 15 hours, I actually ended up being 18, but I'm still dealing with the jet lag now. So, yeah.
It takes a while to get that jet lag.
I don't know how people deal with it regularly. And the UFC, actually, they fly you out. I think it's supposed to be like Tuesday normally. So I paid extra so I could come earlier because I didn't deal with it well last time. So I was like, fuck that. I can't get stuck with the jet lag. You got to get fight ready, right, Wes? Come on.
So that was probably a blessing for you to have the pandemic going on during your recovery, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Like it slowed everyone else down and just left like this time void that everyone was like stuck in. So with that, and then plus like I've visualized being here that whole time, that whole 3-4 years. So it really felt like I haven't missed anything, to be honest.
No FOMO going on during that.
I knew I was going to be back here, so that was it.
When you're in training, what do you cut out? What do you try to cut out that you like find it hard to cut out?
This is the first camp that I've cut anything out. So
because you had to drop weight.
Yeah. So I usually walk on. I'll drink beer and eat burgers, everything normally in fight camps. This was the first one that I've done everything perfect. So cut out, like I've done all the diet, no alcohol, nothing. So
that's that discipline, Wes. I don't know if I could do all that to beat somebody ass. You know what I'm saying?
That's the MMA life, man.
It is. I mean, because why wouldn't you just stay at heavyweight to kind of bypass all that?
Because it's an easy drop.
Oh, okay, got it.
Like if I was struggling with the drop, then I'd stay up there.
Yeah.
But it's an easy drop. Like I'm almost on weight now, and I'm forward 3 days out from the weigh-in.
I'll see.
And how much do you weigh now?
Probably 95, 96 kilos. Oh, actually 95 kilos. I don't know.
We got to do the conversion.
I'm trying.
I think that's about 210.
Carry the 5.
I think that's about, so only like 5 pounds.
Drop to 6. Okay, cool. So you're not that heavy, because when he says kilos, I'm just thinking, okay,
light.
I look at my big ass. I'm like, oh, he ain't weighing more than my ass.
Like 1,000 kilos.
Yeah, I'm like a lot of kilos. There's a lot of kilos over here.
But I think the hardest thing about the weight cutting is the water loading. I'm doing water loading at the moment.
So you're pissing like every 5 minutes.
Bro, I feel like I need to piss now. So I'm on.
Well, there's a bucket on the table next to Way's bucket, but other than that,
no. If we got to take a break, we'll take a break, man.
Where the name Tyson come? Is it obvious where the name Tyson came from?
My old man gave it from Mike Tyson. I came out and I wasn't crying and just had this angry look on my face. And
wow.
Yeah, so Dad was like, "Oh,
wait, you wasn't crying out the womb?"
Yeah, that's what they said.
Hold up.
That's what they told me. Oh, bro, don't. I'm not trying to be hard or anything. I cry all the time now.
Somebody had said that like before we got in the fight. He was like, "I didn't cry coming out the womb." Like, what? And he ended up getting beat up. But that's another story. But when you don't come out the room crying, I mean, you got to know that the name has to fit the stature of the man. So you being in the fight game, that goes hand in hand.
Yeah, no, it's all worked out. Like, I don't know if Dad, but I think Dad knew he was going to make me a fighter the whole time as well. So maybe that was it.
So that's pretty much how you got started in the fighting.
Yeah, man. I've been doing this. Well, I started Japanese jiu-jitsu when I was like 4 years old, and we did everything from hand-to-hand combat to weapons. Like, got my first sword at like 7. So we've been doing.
You living like an anime life, Tyson. Yeah. You over here got swords at 7.
But and since then I've collected a knife at every fight camp. Like, it's just like
See, he's those cats you stay away from. And yeah, you've been playing with knives since 6 and 7. Yeah, you kind of stay away from Tyson for a little bit.
Yeah, but it's just like fighting's just in us.
Yeah,
like in our whole family. Like we're all fighters. My sister, like my little brother, just all fighters.
And I always was telling Wes I wanted to ask this question. Being a Polynesian fighter, you just saying that all we know is fighting.
Yeah.
How do you restrain yourself from just being out in the public and someone wanted to test you? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think Ty's still figuring that out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. we were out last time he was here, and we was like, okay, we got to get him.
But the difference is like I got raised in martial arts.
Yeah. So you have a discipline.
Yeah. It's always been discipline, and So Dad was always like, if you see someone getting bullied, or like obviously you can do it, but we get big hidings if we go in fights as well.
Yeah.
So as long as it's for the right reason, but who knows what the right reason was, because Dad was still making that choice.
Exactly. For those who don't know, when Tyson says hiding, that means they got their ass whooped. So everyone knows when you got whooped from your dad, you was getting hiding and whatever.
You say hiding? Hidings? No,
that's an Australian word. But it's cool. It's not racist or anything.
No, it's just, Bro, so both my front teeth are fake. Broken my nose. I've only been knocked out twice, both times by my old man.
Yeah.
Most of the scars on me, like one time we were playing the flinch game, bro, and that was the worst idea. I was like 2 for flinching. I punched him. He grabbed the chair. He goes 2 for flinching, and it just kept escalating. And I should have known that I was going to lose this other way. But he used to do this trick where he'd throw a knife and catch it. And he got a bit slower.
Hold up, he caught the damn
would
knife?
Throw the knife and catch it?
Yeah, like he'd throw it and catch
Pops
the
is like a ninja. Pops is like a full-on ninja at this point.
Yeah, well, he wasn't. Because the knife left his hand and stuck straight in my chest. And so at first I just started crying because I was like, my dad stabbed me.
How old were you?
14, 13, 14. So
this is like Jake the Musk raised him or something, because god damn. Look, CPS, don't call the show right now. But
but the worst part about it was I got got beat up for playing the game, which caused the knife to go into my chest. So then I got.
So it was your fault at that point.
100%. if I didn't play the game with him, he wouldn't have stabbed me.
Wow.
See, that has a lot to do with your upbringing. You're talking about like Pops is already in the game.
Yeah.
So when you're a kid and you see, like all of us, you want to do what Pops does.
Yeah.
So was that the first thing, you being 4 years old, saying, okay, this is something that I might want to get into? Because you was already doing the martial arts.
Yeah. And, not at that young. As a kid, you don't know.
Yeah.
But I honestly believe and this is something that I'm struggling with as a father now, is everyone's saying that you shouldn't push your kids into doing stuff. But if you want them to excel, they have to start early at something.
Yes.
Like, I honestly agree. Like, you see all the parents that are saying...
Hold up, Tyson. Say that again for the people in the back, because I don't think they heard you.
Yeah, you need to give them some sort of direction, because like you see with King Richard, you see Tiger Woods, if they want to excel, they have to be given some sort of guidance and... like early access to it. Like that's the reason why I'm so good at jiu-jitsu and the ground game. I've been doing it since I was a kid. I didn't know I wanted to do it then. But one good thing was, well, there was a lot of good things, but my parents let me try everything, all different sports. So they got me playing the piano. I played the clarinet.
So you had options.
Yeah.
There was stuff that you, like, there was a whole plethora of things that you could have did.
Well, main reason was my mum never wanted me to fight. So she was
trying to find you stuff that
tennis,
get you
try soccer, try football, everything.
Pop was like, no, go whoop his ass. You're like, okay.
Basically. So even my mum now, she's like never said that she's proud of me with fighting. But I did that ad with Shannon Knoll and Drink West, and she was like, man, I'm so proud of you. This is because he's a big singer in Australia.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's the thing you're proud of? Not the UFC.
Out of everything we do, that's what you're proud of right now. Right?
That's it, Mum.
So at what age did you develop like a passion for the sport of fighting?
After
you have to have that.
Stabbed.
Yeah.
At 14, he was stabbed.
Yeah. Nah, it's man, I haven't even thought about that. I think at 15 I realized I wanted to do it by myself. That's why actually Dad knocked me out, because I told him I wanted to do fighting. He had King of the Cage, which was a fight show.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. King of the Cage.
I used to do the gate for it, and at that stage no one was making money in MMA. So my old man didn't want me to follow that path. He wanted me to go to university. They always say the same shit. Go to university, be smart. And then I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I want to fight. So I don't know. Have you heard that story about when he knocked me out?
No, we know that he knocked you out. We want to hear the whole full story.
Okay, yeah. So I told him.
We don't want to just go that you got knocked out. We were like, okay, tell us a story.
Yeah. So I told him I wanted to fight, and he goes, "Oh, you want to disrespect me like that? Okay, we can put on the gloves." And he had a fight coming up against someone named Bobby. Can't remember the last name. But we're sparring in the ring. I was 16. It was the first time I ever hit my dad with a solid right hand. I came over the top, boom, and
no letting up. No letting up.
No.
Oh, you went for it.
100%. I was like, this is my shot. I was like, fuck it.
If there's going to be any shot, it's going to be right now. Yeah.
So I did the overhand. I cracked him. And the only person I've seen eyes glaze over sort of like that is like a similar way is like Mark Hunt, I think.
Yeah.
And I knew that I'd fucked up. And I just...
It was at this point. He knew.
But I started shimmying. Yeah. I was running around the ring like I was like, "Oh, Dad, hey, whoa, Dad." And he's going, "Come here, I'm going to kill you, Bobby." Yeah. I go, "Who the fuck is Bobby?"
So he's dazed at this point. He's dazed.
I go, "It's Tyson. Dad, your son. I love you." And then it was a quick dum dum 1-2. And everyone from, there was a gym called EFG, and Tama Tahuna was there, James Tahuna, I think Brad Morris, like all pioneers of the Australian fight game, they're all there. And I remember hearing this thing come back and I like all the noises and I go, please don't be at the gym. Please don't be at the gym.
When you're coming to, you're like, okay, it could be a hospital room or something.
Yeah. And I think, and I look up, I look around. And I was at the gym, obviously, and everyone is looking away. Like, everyone's pretending.
Like, oh, this is new.
I was like, you sons of bitches, someone stick up for me.
See, because there was like a hidden rule. If you like beat your kid up, everyone around would just have to act like nothing happened. Like, oh, shit. This is new.
See nothing. I didn't hear nothing. That was it. So
So you caught pops, and then you caught a 2-piece, and then you woke up.
Yeah. And I saw my teeth on the ground. I was like, so I grabbed my teeth, and I go to get out of the ring. My old man's like, where the fuck are you going? And I was like, Dad, my teeth and my nose. It's fucked. And he goes...
And mild concussion.
Yeah. He goes, you still got 1:30 left on the clock.
Oh, hell no. Pops was going by the clock.
Yeah.
He said, there's still 1:30 left. You like, I got to go to the emergency room.
There's no tap out room over here.
Nah, so then...
so you had to fight out the 1:30?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, hell.
And he just made me punch him for the rest of the 1:30. I was crying. I was like... and he's trying to bite my hands, going, and I just busted up his whole face. He was bleeding, and like everyone at this point had just completely walked away from the ring. They didn't want.
Oh yeah, they didn't want nothing. They wanted none of this.
Didn't want no part of it.
They didn't want to be a witness to this assault. That was going on.
So and then this was the most bullshit out of the whole thing. Afterwards, he goes, Tyson, come outside. He goes, I just want to let you know that was like you're jumping. I'm going to allow you to fight. I was like, that's some bullshit. I was like, you're just saying that because you feel so sorry. I thought you were going to say what
my dad said because I beat you up because I love you. You know that bullshit. Yeah. I thought that's, but shit, that's even worse.
Yeah. No,
that's even more traumatizing for me.
Yeah, no, he was like, I wanted to do, you're allowed to fight now. Like it was some sort of gatekeeping thing. No, you fucked up and beat the fuck out of me. And now you feel bad.
So the like, police don't arrest me. We going to let you fight.
No, honestly, like I said, as like hard of an upbringing as it was, like in martial arts world, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for that sort of shit. And that gave me that drive. Like that's why I'd never folded in this 4 years off.
Yeah,
the determination was always there because of that sort of shit. And this is, like I said, this is something I struggled with as a father because my daughter's coming up now. Yeah, and I'm going, okay, I want to give her that. What I found, looking back on it, this is what our podcast was about, is like breaking through the adversities, and that's what gives you the strength to get through life and to be successful. But how do I give her those adversities without the trauma?
Without the trauma.
Yeah.
And that right there is the puzzle.
Yeah.
Because like I have kids too. I got a gang of kids, but just there. But like you try to say, how do I not do what I went through, you know, what we went through growing up? Because we don't want them to have, you know, when you're a father and you're a parent, you kind of have that instinct to like, you would never want to see your kid hurt in that way.
Yep.
We don't know what happened to our dads and what they thought at that point. Because I was like, what happened?
There was no internet. That's all.
But now the older they are, the nicer they are.
100%.
And I'm thinking, like, you know, my girlfriend would say, you know, your dad's so nice. And I'm like, nah, he was a motherfucker back in the day.
That's exactly what everyone says about my old man. And I was like, yeah, he is nice. Now.
Because I'm looking at him, you know, he's grandfather and his grandpa, he's papa now.
Yeah.
But now I'm trying to look at, like, how do I raise my kids without whooping their ass like he whooped our ass, but without making them soft. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's like a big struggle to try to say, okay, we're trying to raise our kids, especially in this crazy world we're living in today.
Yeah, I'm like, and no one knows obviously, but I think creating adversity without that is like the only thing that I could think of is through hard training, through discipline. And like you look at someone like Kobe Bryant, who was his daughter. He wasn't making do anything.
Rest in peace, Kobe, man.
Rest in peace. But like she was up there training with him at 4 a.m. in the morning, and that's the sort of shit that creates like monsters.
Because of our kids see what we do, and they kind of want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
You know, us growing up, like me being a DJ, you know, they just seeing, I want to know music. Yeah. And you kind of like, you know, growing up, you were talking about it. You know, I kind of lived through my kids having them. You have to play football. Yeah. Like my oldest one, you have to play football because I was kind of like reliving my days through them. Yeah. Then my second son was like, I don't want to play football. I was like, oh, you kind of got to play football. By the time I got to my fourth son, I was like, you can play if you want to. But then my other kids were like, well, what happened to us? Yeah. Like no, you kind of learn the lessons that you go as being a father. Like say, okay, I don't got to be as hard on my kids as it was on my older ones.
And I think, if you see that happen with our family as well, my brother didn't get hit at all. Yeah. And I was like,
hold on, why is he not getting hit?
Yeah. Are you the oldest?
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
See, the oldest is like the one that you got to learn from.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. I'm the oldest too, so I'm like, it makes sense.
And I used to cry when I get hidings all the time. So my dad made me stick pins in my shoe, and he goes, just stab yourself in the arm every time you feel like crying. I was like,
this could be a criminal case as well.
Right.
So come on, build this case against Pops right here.
Right. And this is like now you see him with his grandkids. Yeah. And you just go, man, that's awesome. That's what it's supposed to be.
And we learn that way. We see him with the grandkids, and we're like, damn, I would have got slapped or something at this point. Yeah. You know, my son's like screaming at the top of his lungs. Yeah. I'm like, okay, whoop his ass, Dad. Like ready for the whooping. Yeah. And then he doesn't do it, and I'm like, oh, am I supposed to do it? Yeah. So I'm supposed to be the bad guy. Then he was like, no, don't do it. Yeah. And I was like, if these kids knew what you did to me. And, you know, so it's crazy. So
do you get in trouble when you're going to give fighting?
Yes. Yeah. So if I whoop their ass, he go, don't do the kids like that. I'm like, hold up. Yeah. Now you want to be an angel, but you was whooping my ass growing up. But they don't want us to do that to their grandkids and our kids.
That's the grandparent.
That's that granddaddy vibe right there. I'm like, Pops, when you're not looking, I'm gonna whoop his ass. So just to let you know that.
And I guess like what you're saying with the football and stuff, like parents trying to live through their kids is like, I guess that's what's a hard part, deciding when you're pushing your kids towards that goal or if you're like living your life through them, I guess.
And if you're getting them away from it, you know, because sometimes they'll like it, and if you push too hard, you're like, oh, no, I don't like it because my dad wants me to do it.
Well, that's why I brought up the passion thing, you know, because it's like at some point you have to develop your own passion for it. Otherwise, it's, you know.
Well, like a big turning point for me, I think, so I don't know what it is over here, but year 11 and 12, so my dad, my parents had split up and I moved in with my old man. And he had some stuff going on. He was like, oh, Tyson, I've got to go to the States for a couple months. And I was living with him, so I was 16 at the time. And then he didn't come back for a year. Yeah. So I was
like, you coming back from the store, Papa? What you doing?
Right. He got me good. I was by myself for like almost a year. And I got accepted into an academic school. And their like theory was that you can pick when you want to go to class and shit. Yeah. And we treat you like university students. I was like, okay, that just means don't go to class.
Exactly.
So every morning I was catching like the train to go train, and I was skipping all the schools just to go train and do boxing. So that's when I think that really that gave me that desire to train and work on myself. So that was about it from there.
So like deciding, what's the deciding factor in saying, okay, when you guys do have these fights coming up, like you had a long layoff. When you guys get presented with potential fights and be like, okay, I do want to fight them, or do you have a choice?
Depends if they like you or not, I think. Yeah. Like, because you've seen some of these guys, they're just newcomers and they're getting some hard ass fights.
Yes.
So, sometimes you can get like, all right, we have these guys. Obviously, it changes with weight divisions, who's fighting, like when the upcoming fights are. So, they asked me for heaps of fights all the way through while I was injured. Like I couldn't walk, and they were going, "Do you want to fight this guy?" I was like, "Shit, I'd like to walk again first."
Yeah. But we're talking about, like, me and Wes were talking about, you were fighting with like Ty, but also Mark Hunt and that whole camp. Yeah. Like when you guys are, because they're like big stars by that time, especially Mark, him being, you know, the longevity he's had in the game. When you guys have teachers or people that you guys train with, like Mark Hunt, like Tai Tuivasa, you guys are all just kind of all after the same goal at that point, right?
Yeah, and that was really crazy, and I was so thankful to be a part of that, man. Yeah. Like, he asked me to be in his corner for like one of his I think it was his last fight in Russia.
Yeah, that's right.
Man, that like, I'm getting tingles thinking about it, because this is someone I watched like growing up. Yes. And to now be cornering him, helping him with jiu-jitsu is like just fucking whole crazy.
And
shit.
As a fighter, you have to, because us as Polynesian kids, you kind of like always vibe to the ones that are probably like during those days, Ray Sefo and Mark Hunt, and us growing up, those were like our guys.
Yeah.
You know, even today, so you have people that have Tyson Pedro, Tai Tuivasa, where this, I say demographic of this culture of the Polynesian culture, if they see the Polynesian tattoos, you kind of have, not that it's not too much pressure, but you kind of have the backs of these kids saying, I need to say, I'm going for him because he looks like me.
Yeah.
So does that put pressure on you guys as fighters, especially in today's social media age?
Yeah, honestly, not really.
Yeah.
Like, I always try to tell people, don't make me your idol, because like I'm not trying to be anyone's idol.
Seems like all you guys always say that.
Well, it's because I know I'm not a good person.
Yeah.
Like, it's like I'm fucked up, but like I've done like bad shit in my life as well. So who am I to say like, here I'm the model for like good things? It was like, you need to look to your parents, because the only one I'm trying to help out is my daughter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So obviously I try to present a good option, but also that's what our podcast, like I said, was initially about, was saying you could come from a bad area or upbringing and still be successful.
Yeah. Speaking of the Half Caste podcast, tell us a little bit more about that for people who don't know.
Yeah. It started in our shed. And Ty and I were just like, hey, bro, we should just get on there and just talk shit. And then it just started blowing up.
Yeah.
And like, you have to remember, we were no one at that stage.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think Ty was in the UFC at that time, or he just signed. And people just thought it was funny. We had this like good dynamic where he doesn't do anything but say funny shit.
Yeah.
and turn up. But it just worked out. And it was fun. I actually really enjoy it, and that's something I'd look to do continuing. Like this, you get to meet cool people.
Yeah.
I think I've really, I was a big introvert before the UFC.
Yeah.
Didn't like talking to people. Yeah. Like UFC really brought me out of my shell.
It helps you a lot.
Yeah. Because you have to meet fans all the time.
Yeah.
Like, and if I don't know you, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it always was. So.
Standoffish. Don't talk to me right now.
Yeah. Like, I just don't know you, so how can I trust you or talk to you? But like, this made me open up a bit more, and you know how it is like, you don't tell stuff about your family or so,
because it's always been like secret. Only we're supposed to know about that.
Yeah. So now I'm like, fuck it. So Dad won't be happy about some of these stories, but
Dad's gonna watch this like, this motherfucker here, boy.
We said
you signed a non-disclosure agreement for this shit.
Yeah.
So tell us about the Drink West.
Oh, bro, that's been one of the coolest things.
Because we've seen the commercial with you and Bam singing.
Yeah. So
how many takes did that take?
Yeah, about 15, I think. Honestly, not as much as I thought. I thought it was going to take a lot more. Ty was actually the hardest one to reel in that whole one, because he was drunk by like halfway through it. So he kept going, drink break. Yeah. Drink break. I was like, no one's asked for a drink break. He's just calling it. So
like, who's asking for these drink breaks all the time again?
Yeah. So that started with Ty. Just he decided he wanted to make an alcohol beer. And then he goes, well, I don't drink beer, so I'll get Tyson involved. Yeah. Now he drinks unlimited amount of beer. Yeah. So I don't know where that.
So you were the beer guy.
Yeah. So that night we went and tried like all these different beers. We were blind, and we just found 2 beers that we liked. Got this genius to mix it together. Yeah. And the rest is history, man. It just kicked off, and from that I ended up opening 2 more restaurants during COVID.
And it's all back home.
Yeah. Because so imagine 2 fobs who had no idea about like beer, how to make it, how to order it.
Exactly.
I think we ordered like 10,000 liters or something ridiculous. And when it arrived, we're like, fuck, how are we going to get rid of this, bro? So I opened up a wings restaurant just so we could sell the beer. Yeah. So, and then...
but being in this position, it makes you kind of like spread your entrepreneurial wings to say, okay, we want some wings with beer. It's called hand in hand.
And because nothing against it, but I could just never work in the office or like something like that. So this was, like I said, that time off was good because it gave me something to, like, I learned all about the business, hospitality. I learned that I never want to work in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That people coming up with their complaints and shit, I was like, listen, the complaint section's out by the trash. Exactly. I'll meet you out there in 30.
The complaint department is Ty. We'll take it up with Ty real quick.
So what other business ventures do you have going on?
So the brewery, that's a separate entity. I opened up an Italian restaurant. There's another one in the works, but So
and what part of this is in Australia?
Yeah, in Sydney.
Okay,
so in Sydney,
Sydney's dope.
Western Sydney.
Sydney's so dope.
Yeah.
Because I've been out there. We went out there for a couple shows with Comic Kings. We did like a whole little New Zealand, Australia thing, and you know, when you're just in the city in the States and you go to a country like Australia, it's kind of like almost like culture shock.
Yeah.
Because at first I'm thinking, good day, mate. Put a little shrimp on the barbie. That's racist, but that's okay. But you're thinking crocodile if you've never been there.
Yeah.
So then once you get there and kind of like accept, there's a lot of polys here.
Yeah, yeah.
Then it's like in New Zealand, I was like, okay, there's a lot of polys here.
Yeah, it's all polys.
And then I was like, wait a minute, this looks like San Francisco. Like, he started getting back, like, oh, this is the hood.
Yeah.
So, all you know are the postcards that you see from like Australia and New Zealand and all that. But now that you guys are coming up from there, you guys are actually making a name for yourself, not just in the fighting realm, but in the entrepreneur where you have something that you can call your own.
Yeah, man. Like obviously after that ad, Ty, he came up with the idea, and if there's one thing that he's just a genius with, it's marketing.
Yeah,
and like
he's a marketing genius.
Yeah, bro. Like even you see, bro, just the fight show, the showmanship, like that's with Drink West. He's really blown it up, and a lot of good things have come this week. So I got a business call after this because that ad just blew up. And it's worked.
So is Drink West just a thing for Australia right now, or can we see it out here?
We're hoping we want it internationally, but there's also a lot of like regulations with that and stuff. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Definitely would love to get it out. Yeah, because there's West, no matter where, there's West everywhere.
Yeah,
everyone's got their West, and everyone wants to be a part
Western
of it, so.
Conference.
There you go.
Drink West, West Stuffa.
Yeah,
come on, it's all Western over here.
That's it. We got to get you some over here anyway.
Yeah, but what we do have here is kava, right? That's what you be doing.
Yes.
So do you partake? We call this kava clap or pass. Do you kava clap or do you pass?
At the moment, I'm passing.
No, at the moment you pass, but do you in a regular day?
Yeah, I'm going to take some home with me for sure.
See, I can't. I'm not. No, see, this is like the kava expert right here. Yeah. I'm not. I can't even lie about it. Yeah, I don't like it at all. But I see when people drink it. When you drink a lot of it. Right?
He's lying, man. Because there be a lot of times where I'm mixing and he'll come over, man.
Well, I already be drunk off Jameson by that point.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah. People just drink it so that they can drive drunk when not get tested.
Once I'm drunk off Jameson, I'll drink anything. Yeah. Well, we were just talking about things that's going on in Australia, but we want to start talking about stuff other than fighting. Like what artists, what music are you listening to? Not when you're training, just when you're at the house chilling.
Or actually both, during training and
during training
outside.
And when you're at the house chilling.
They're actually pretty similar. Like because I don't listen to like pump up music.
Yeah.
Like I'm listening to slow jams, and like I've got heaps of 660 playing at the moment. So I don't know. Have you heard of 660 from New Zealand?
660.
Yeah.
659 I've heard of, not 660. But they're R&B group?
Yeah, no,
I feel like we should know them, Wes, where we like know music.
You're going to have to check it out.
660.
Yeah, they're the best.
Write this down. 660. So R&B group.
If you ever write on your hand when you're like, I ain't listening to that bullshit.
No, so we're music connoisseurs. So I do a show called Love Jones, and I'm an R&B guy.
Yeah.
Like you said, I can't work out to like Eye of the Tiger and shit like that.
Yeah.
I got to work out to like R&B stuff that
for sure.
I'm not like the rah guy to listen to that.
Bro,
but when you say R&B,
bro, I have Mariah Carey fantasy playing.
See, come on. That's what I'm talking about.
Bro, even I've had Shania. Bro, me and Ty, when we were warming up for our fight at Adelaide, we had Shania Twain playing. We were like,
see,
man,
they talk about entrance music. What are you always thinking about when you want to have an entrance song? R&B?
Nah.
Yeah.
Like I've walked out to Fantasy, Mariah Carey.
Yep.
I walked out to I've walked out I'm not it's like Sexual by Naked.
Oh shit!
Like
you just got them all riled up, huh? Tyson? Shit.
100%. The wife doesn't like that one, but because for me, it's that that walkout is about having fun.
Got it.
Yeah. It's like you see the guys in there pumped up and they're amped all the way there. I think that's wasted energy for me anyway. So.
And I see it in a lot of our Polynesian fighters. They have so much fun from the curtain to the ring.
Yeah, and I thought about it as well. And it's like you said, bro, the fighting's in us.
Yeah,
like it has to be because we're comfortable with it. Whereas, like when we're out the back, we're dancing and having fun, and there's like a guy in the corner throwing up in the corner.
Yeah. And so nervous.
Yeah. And I just think it's just because it's in us that it was like you don't think of it as this big spectacle, and I think that's why they build up so much pressure and that like consumes them.
Oh yeah.
Whereas we're like, it's another fight, bro. You're just gonna punch him in the face.
Exactly.
He's gonna punch me in the face, and then we'll see who does it better.
You know, we're going to a fight right now, right? We're going to a fight. We're gonna brawl all out. You love live music shows? Do you like go to festivals?
I just went to Fiji, saw Fiji before I came like 2 weeks ago, I think. So yeah, that was.
So
cool.
Fiji was out there in Sydney. He was just like stuck for a minute. He was like, "I'll just do shows all over here."
Mad.
Because he was supposed to do the One Love Festival, and they ended up not doing it because of the pandemic stuff. Yeah. So he ended up staying out there, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be out here." He goes, "You want to come join me?" Yeah. But I'd have to like quarantine for 10 days to be out there.
So. They just got rid of that.
Yeah. So. So thank God we got to do it now, because now we can actually travel. Because I find out that Australia and New Zealand, they love live music. Yeah. The festivals, the live shows, or Fiji comes or J Book comes.
It's not big here.
Oh, it's huge here. Yeah. So like I think they have Pure Law. They have a lot of festivals here that me and Mustafa are a part of, that we kind of bring this other element where, this island reggae with everything. Yeah. But like you said, we want to mix our own little twang in there, like the R&B and the hip hop and stuff, where we just get it where I think music is almost like a universal language where people within any game, whether they're an entrepreneur, whether they're a fighter, whether they're a podcaster, can always relate to a certain demographic of music.
Yeah, I think that might be why that we got popular as well really quick with Ty. It's like because you're walking out and they've got a song and they're vibing with you and they go, "Man, I feel this guy's vibe. Absolutely. I understand it," and then that's it. That creates that buzz. And
that's all organic too. Like I always see when you guys come out and the fighters that come out, you guys don't have anything forced. Yeah, like nothing's forced down people's throat. Where it's like, this is us. This is what we do. Yeah, we have fun and we come do what we do there. But
and I think that's we got that real Aussie sort of bogan thing that people go, "Oh man, these guys don't give a shit."
If you weren't fighting in the UFC, what would you be doing?
Good question.
Because it seems from your upbringing, all you know is fighting.
Yeah, bro. I honestly don't know.
4 years old, man.
Yeah, I'm stabbed at 14. I still can't get over the stabbing.
No, honestly, I've got nothing for you. Like, I wasn't good at school. Actually, I was good at school, but I wasn't good at going to school. Yeah. If that makes sense. My mum was a school teacher, so she was.
You had in-house. Yeah, you had in-house teacher.
Yeah, she was always on it. So, like, even though I was skipping all the classes, the teachers were trying to kick me out, but I still passed the tests. Yeah. So, like, I don't know. I've done all types of jobs, like metal roofing. Like, who knows? I just don't know where I could be.
Well, it takes us so after fighting, not you having these businesses already. Is that something that you're just gonna just?
Well, that's different because that came from fighting. So all of the things I try not to force too much with the entrepreneurship because all of it comes off the back of fighting. Yeah, we win fights. That stuff gets
the business does good.
Exactly.
You lose fights, it doesn't do as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So the number one priority is fighting. Yeah. But I've definitely, like I said, podcasting, some sort of talk show. I might be looking at doing some sort of talk shows, or and definitely with Drink West, just pushing that, man. So I told my wife, I was like, give me 5 years of fighting, and then I'll be a stay-at-home dad. You can do whatever you want.
Well, so let's talk about that. 5 years of fighting. You're 7-3 right now. Yeah. You're still young in this game. I mean, in fight years. Yeah. What's the pinnacle for you? Like, if it's to be in this light heavyweight division, or is it to step up to the heavyweight and kind of fight? Like, would there ever be a Bam versus Tyson?
Nah, hell no.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Hell no. The light heavyweight division, bro. I'm going for the top. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. Yeah. Like, there's no like for me. Everyone says like, whoever thinks about going in there, I want to be around the middle. Yeah. It's like you're aiming for the top and see where we fall. So. Other than that, man, 5 years is a long time. Like I said, we're lucky light heavyweight and heavyweight. It's the age is a bit different. Yes. So I think we're like 35 is like the average age. Yeah. Whereas like those light guys, they got to be young.
Exactly, they got to be young.
Yeah, and because you don't light heavy and heavyweight, you just got to hit them with one punch, and that's the game changer. So
because I've always said like through fighting, I'm a fight fan, but it's through light heavyweight and heavyweight you get the knockouts. Yeah, and I'm like a knockout dude. I mean, I like the technical stuff, and you can score points in here, but if you're not knocking somebody out, I probably might turn the channel.
Yeah, you'll probably turn the channel on some of my fights then, because like you probably...
No, but you be taking it to the ground and twisting them up like a pretzel. Like, see, that's what I was telling. Whenever you go out and I want to have that power, just to say, let me twist this dude up like a pretzel real quick. Hey? And he don't even know it. So he'll be like, hey, we got a table. Oh, no, I'm not talking about that. Hold on real quick. And just like swap them up real quick. Like, okay, you're on table 3. Like to have that power to walk through has to be, I mean, like I said, us as Polynesians, we've had that all our lives anyway. Yeah. Because we always think that nobody could whoop our ass. So we're just walking around anyway. So it kind of just goes back to the podcasting. What I'm glad you said that is because I want a lot of these people watching right now across the world and that do podcasts. This is more of a thing that we could just do whenever we want. It's kind of just shows our personalities that me and Mustafa just started this, and we're like, I've been in podcasting for a minute, but after we're watching yours and seeing how you and Ty just have that organic kind of reactions of everything, that's what people miss.
Yeah.
On social media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When you guys are just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
And you guys are just talking shit. People don't see that actual. Oh shit! These guys are actually cool dudes.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that I liked about it as well, because everyone gets these preconceived like ideas or misconceptions about you, and it's allowed us to show like who we are, like that we're just a couple blokes that are good at getting punched in the face.
Wait, so for our listeners that don't know blokes, can you explain that?
Guys, I knew that some of the slang was going to get us.
Well, I thought we were just going to have like the definition on the bottom of the screen. Blokes and we will get that post production.
You know, I don't know if you know, in Hawaii it's mokes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty close.
Yeah, it's the same thing, but it's mokes.
Mokes and blokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so I mean, you know, there's different verbiage on a lot of stuff. Do you see there's like a big, like, you know, switch with people that you talk to out here? They're like, oh, what does that mean? Like kilos.
Oh, yeah, So a lot of people don't understand me, but I understand them, obviously, because my dad, like, my old man's from the States.
I want to ask you, so how did your dad end up
in Oceanside, right?
Yeah, so how did he end up in Australia?
So he was playing for Arizona State, and then his father passed, and he asked him to go on his mission when he passed. So he chased my mum on his Mormon mission back to Australia.
Oh, wow.
Oh, from Oceanside.
Yeah.
Your mom had served her mission in...
No, so Dad went to Sydney, met her on the mission.
Oh, okay. And then
went back. And then he went back, and then...
And he was like, let's have a baby that I can stab. What?
Yeah.
So with your fights coming up, I mean, like we were talking about the pinnacle of everything. After the fight game's done, you said you have a daughter like that. Where do you see for her, as far as, like you said, you told you wait 5 years. Give you 5 years and you'll be the at-home dad, right?
Yeah.
What's going to be the plan for your baby girl when you're done fighting?
Oh, man. No idea.
Yeah.
Honestly, like the first 3 months so she's only like 8 months now.
She knew.
Yeah. And I've been away for 3 months training, man. So it's been a rough time.
It's tough
with that. Been hard away from the baby. I never realized how hard that was going to be. But that first 3 months, I was getting like an hour, 2 hours sleep, because you know you don't even want to put the baby down.
They're so small and fragile at that point.
And like, bro, the hospital goes, here you go, here's your baby, good luck.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, they don't give you like a whole crash course on how to be a father or something like that too. It's like you got to be a father like on the spot at that time.
Yeah. So with that first 3 months, I was getting like an hour, 2 hours sleep, but then I was still having to get my 5 a.m. session in. I was wrecked, and then like 3 months in, I was like to my wife, I go, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I was like, can we send this back? Or?
Yeah. We're not ready yet. Okay, let's send it back. We'll come get it later on.
But, now that she's like starting to fit in, you know, get the sleeping routine, it's good now, and I love being a dad, man. I miss her so much.
I was about to say the best hood is fatherhood.
Yeah, man.
And I love talking to new fathers.
Yeah.
Because I'm like an OG in the game father. But it's like it's a whole different perspective in life. You know, when you don't have a kid, you kind of you could do whatever you want.
Yeah.
When you do have that responsibility and you kind of like hold it, it's like a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, it's definitely a different responsibility.
Like if you could sell that and bottle that up, that feeling that you have when you first see your firstborn,
man.
And it's like, man, it's like no other.
Yeah.
Like that right there, especially when I was talking to Ty about his kids too. It was like the father stuff, it kind of drops everything the bad of your past.
Yeah.
You were doing all the stuff bad, but now when you have that kid, it's like now I gotta kind of like stick up and kind of be a model citizen for my son.
Well, and that's what I was saying as well, because they were asking me how I'm going to come into this fight like as stuff changed, because I was like in 4 years I'm completely different.
That's a long layoff.
Yeah, I'm a completely different person as an athlete, as a father, as a person, and then this last 8 months I've changed again completely, because once I've become a father, now I'm just I'm going to make money for my kids.
It's a whole different mentality.
Yeah. And then this last 14 weeks I've changed again, going as soon as this fight's done, I don't want to party, I don't want to drink, I want to get straight back on, I want to fight again. And I just want to make my money and get on with it. So it's just like
they make you turn your hustle up.
Yeah,
they definitely make you turn your hustle up. Yeah,
for sure.
So how many fights do you have left after this one coming up?
I'm not sure.
On your you have like so many on your contract, right?
I can't remember if I had 3 or 2 left on there.
Yeah,
they'll give me some more.
And what is it like working with Dana White, man? You hear a lot of stuff.
No, I've only met him a couple times. Like he's been fine. It's like one of those bosses that I haven't really met. So, but the people that I have dealt with are awesome. Like actually, it's changed a lot as well. Obviously in 4 years everyone's a bit fired, moved on or changed. So I've come in here, it's completely different
different staff and different all new people.
And because that new company bought it out now, it feels a lot more like a business.
Yeah.
So
I think correct me if I'm wrong, but did you have a picture on your Instagram with the girl from Hawaii that got hired from Dana? She was like an employee at a...
Oh, the security guard.
Yeah, I forget her name. That wasn't you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I thought you were going somewhere else. You was going to bust them out right on the podcast?
Nah, man, we're not doing that.
There was a picture with a... cut.
No, somebody had posted a pic. I don't know who it was. It was just recently, though.
I'm going to Hawaii straight after this, but...
nice. Have you been out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
My anniversary.
You have to check out this band in Hawaii. They're a brand new band called Kangaroo Paws.
Oh,
that if you check
Kangaroo Paws. No, that's Paws.
Is that the unofficial nickname of Tyson Pedro?
Like, I'm not going to fight it because the more I fight it, it'll try and stick. So, what happened was I got in today to sign in for the UFC, and they go, Tyson, is your nickname still the same? I was like, well, I don't have a nickname, so I don't know how it can be the same. It was like, no, we checked Wikipedia. Is it still the same? I look on there. It says Kangaroo Paws. I was like, some bitch.
I'm not going to lie to you, Tyson. Me and Western, I was like, okay, cool. So I was kind of doing my research. I said, so Kangaroo Paws. Okay, we're going to call this motherfucker Kangaroo Paws?
That's what he went with. All the nicknames, he chose Kangaroo Paws. But honestly, like, it was either that or someone tried to start Polynesian Python. So I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know which one.
Polynesian Python.
Yeah. So
look out for that porn coming soon.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I just
so you don't have an official nickname.
Nah. So I just left it.
Got it.
I was like,
because I thought like when you get introduced, they was like Tyson, Kangaroo Paws, Pedro. And
honestly, that would have thrown me off in the fight if they.
Oh, that would have thrown your whole mindset off.
If they just did that, I was like, Kangaroo Paws. What the fuck is a Kangaroo Paws? That would have
about to put these Kangaroo Paws on you.
Yeah, that would have done me if that happened.
So no nickname.
No nickname
for now.
Yeah, for now. We'll see what happens. But
we'll see what sportscaster gives you a good one. Because you kind of got to sift through all of them, right?
Yeah, 100%. But I just never needed one as well. My name's enough.
Oh, speaking of name, where can they find you on social media with your name?
Tyson_Pedro.
Are you a big Instagram guy? I've been through your Instagram. Yeah. Do you feel like you have to post every day?
I don't feel like it, but I'm pretty active on Instagram. Yeah. But honestly, if I didn't have to do social media, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's only pretty much all fighting stuff.
Yeah.
And my missus hates that because she's like, why don't you put up pictures of me? And
I haven't been down that road, buddy. I
was like, listen.
Why don't you show me?
We're keeping it professional on the Instagram.
So this is my professional page.
And this is for money.
Yes. Yeah. And then they want you to get a page where it's you and them with the same name. I'm like, don't do that.
Hey, once you join your name together, don't talk to me anymore. Yeah. That's it. Oh, sorry. Did you join?
He already has. So Wes has one.
Okay. You looked at me like yours was joined. I was like, oh, sorry, bro.
You had to look down. He was like, oh, I got to delete mine now. But look, we want to thank you for coming over here thank my brother Wei too, because we wanted to say this being our new to the podcast game. We see you're a veteran in the podcast game, but we also want to get our demographic and our followers to say, look, you're a young brother that's doing what you do in Australia, and you're in the same umbrella as us. You being Samoan from Australia and all that. I don't say we always take care of our own, if that makes sense. Yeah. And seeing you and Ty do your thing, and me and Westafa kind of said, you know what? For our second show, we had this opportunity to get with you, and it's just going to get bigger from here. I think not just for us, but for your career and what you're doing with the with the Drink West and with the brewery and with everything you got going on right now. I think you have your plan out there already made out. You're a father now, which is going to give you a whole different perspective on life because you're going to make decisions based on being a father now. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
And once you do that now in this game, it's only going to help you, because talking to a lot of fighters that weren't dads before they were fighting, now they're dads, now they're fighting. You fighting for a whole nother thing right now. You fighting to be daddy, don't want to get beat.
Gives you a bigger why. For sure.
Absolutely.
No, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, boys.
Wes, any last words?
No, man, just good luck, man. Best of luck to you on the rest of your career, and especially this fight coming up this weekend, man. We're all behind you, man.
Cheers, my brother. Yeah. Thank you, boys.
Wes just wants to delete his Instagram that he's talking about immediately. He's like, oh, cool, so we'll just go. I'll take this off. But, man, Tyson, any words you want to say to the people before you get up out of here, bro?
Nah, just thank you for having me on here. It's been, it's a good podcast, man. I'm glad to see you guys kicking off, and excited that I got to be one of the first.
We're new to the game, man. So any advice you would have for us,
man, it was good. I appreciate the back and forth. It was good. That's like you said, organic's the best thing. But yeah, for the people, man, if the thing that I learned from this injury and stuff is just back yourself, believe in your own vision.
Yes.
And just quiet out the noise, man. Because even if people are telling you not to do it, if you believe in yourself, then That's all that matters.
That's enough.
Absolutely. And you heard it from my man Tyson Pedro, UFC light heavyweight, the Western Conference podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Cheers, boys.